Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a fascinating what-if scenario that's been buzzing around the fan community. Imagine this, a photorealistic, cinematic showdown between two of Marvel's most compelling lawyers/superheroes, Jennifer Walters, the sensational She-Hulk, and Matt Murdock, the man without fear, Daredevil. The scene is set. Daylight streams down, catching the dust motes in the air. We see She-Hulk, towering and powerful in her green form. Her red safari jumpsuit is torn, a testament to a battle just fought, or perhaps one just beginning. She cracks her neck with a satisfying pop, a confident, almost playful smirk on her face. Then she delivers a line that's pure Jen Walters. Looks like the t-shirt's not the only thing that's torn tonight. It's witty, it's a little bit flirty, and it's a total power move. Across from her, Daredevil stands his ground. He's not in his classic yellow and red suit, but the gritty, tactical red armor we know from his darker, more grounded stories. His billy clubs are in hand, held at the ready. He doesn't reply with a clever quip. Instead, a low growl rumbles from his chest. This single image, this one moment is packed with so much story. What led them here? Are they allies or enemies? Is this a friendly spar, or something far more serious? Let's break it down and explore all the incredible possibilities this single cinematic shot presents. First, let's talk about the characters themselves. Jennifer Walters is all about embracing her power. When she becomes She-Hulk, she doesn't lose her intelligence or her personality. She gains confidence, strength, and a whole new perspective on life. Her smirk and her line are classic She-Hulk. She's in control, she's aware of her own strength, and she's not afraid to use a bit of humor to disarm her opponent, or maybe even to flirt a little. The torn jumpsuit is a great detail. It suggests she's just been through something intense, but she's completely unfazed. She's not just surviving, she's thriving in the chaos. This isn't a monster. This is a woman who has integrated her two halves into one formidable, charismatic whole. Her power is physical, but her greatest weapon is often her sharp wit and legal mind, which she clearly hasn't lost in her green form. On the other side, we have Matt Murdock. His entire persona as Daredevil is built on a foundation of pain, guilt, and relentless determination. He operates in the shadows, a creature of the night. So seeing him here, in broad daylight, is already a statement. It means the situation is serious enough to draw him out of his natural element. The gritty, tactical suit tells us this is Daredevil at his most serious. This isn't the swashbuckling acrobat. This is the hardened fighter, the brawler from Hell's Kitchen. The growl is perfect for him. Matt isn't one for witty banter in a fight. He's focused, intense, and driven by a deep sense of justice that often borders on vengeance. The growl is a primal response. It's a warning. It says he's not impressed by her size or her confidence. He's ready for a fight, and he's taking this encounter with deadly seriousness. His world is one of shadows, morality, and constant struggle. So, what could possibly bring these two titans of the courtroom and the streets to this point of conflict? Let's explore a few theories. The first, and most obvious, is a classic superhero misunderstanding. Maybe She-Hulk was involved in a property-damaging brawl, and Daredevil, hearing the commotion and relying on his senses, perceives her as a mindless monster causing destruction. He wouldn't know she's a brilliant lawyer, just that a giant green behemoth is at the center of chaos. He would feel compelled to intervene, to stop the threat before more people get hurt. Jen, on the other hand, might have been stopping the real villains and would be annoyed that another hero is jumping to conclusions and getting in her way. Her line could be one of frustration and exasperation. Seriously? Another hero who wants to punch first and ask questions later. The growl from Daredevil would be his response to what he perceives as a flippant attitude from a dangerous powerhouse. Another, more intriguing possibility is a legal conflict that has spilled out into their costumed lives. Imagine Jen Walters is legally representing a client that Matt Murdock believes is guilty. As a lawyer, Jen has to operate within the bounds of the law, believing in the principle of innocent until proven guilty. But Matt, as Daredevil, operates outside the law. His radar sense might have told him things about Jen's client that aren't admissible in court. He might see her as defending a villain, enabling a criminal to walk free. He could confront her as Daredevil to try and intimidate her, or to get information he can't get legally. The tension would be incredible. It's a clash of ideologies. Jen represents the system, with all its flaws, while Matt represents a form of justice that bypasses that system entirely. The line, "Looks like the t-shirt's not the only thing that's torn tonight," could be a metaphor for their professional relationship being torn apart by this case. But what if they're not enemies? What if they're on the same side? The scene could be the aftermath of a huge battle they just won together. They've just taken down a major threat, say, a whole squadron of AIM soldiers or a monster unleashed by Roxxon. They're both battered and bruised. She-Hulk's suit is torn. Daredevil is probably nursing some hidden injuries. In this context, Jen's line takes on a completely different meaning. It's a sign of camaraderie. And Daredevil's growl. It might not be aggressive at all. It could be a growl of exhaustion, of acknowledgement. It's the kind of interaction you see between two soldiers who have been through hell together. This adds a layer of respect and shared experience to their dynamic, which is just as exciting as a physical conflict. Let's also consider the possibility of a training session. Perhaps Jen is new to the superhero game, or maybe she wants to hone her fighting skills against someone who doesn't rely on brute force. Who better to train her than Daredevil? He's a master martial artist who can teach her how to fight smarter, not just harder. He could teach her to use her opponent's momentum against them, to be more aware of her surroundings, and to control her immense power with precision. The torn jumpsuit could be the result of a particularly tough sparring match. Jen's line and smirk would be her saying, "Is that all you got, Murdock?" "I'm just getting warmed up." Daredevil's growl would be his way of saying, "Get ready, because I haven't even started trying." This scenario creates a fantastic mentor-student dynamic, where the physically stronger hero is the student, learning from the one who relies on skill and senses. It completely flips the typical power dynamic on its head. The visual style itself is also worth discussing. Photorealistic daylight is a key detail. It pulls both characters out of the comic book panels and grounds them in our world. She-Hulk's green skin would look incredible under natural sunlight, showing the texture and muscle definition. Daredevil's tactical suit would show every scuff, every bit of wear and tear. This isn't a cartoon. This is gritty and real. Daylight fighting is also more exposing, more raw. There are no shadows for Daredevil to hide in, which puts him at a disadvantage and raises the stakes for him. For She-Hulk, it puts her power on full display for the world to see, highlighting the public nature of her dual identity. This realism makes the encounter feel more immediate and impactful. Ultimately, what makes this single image so powerful is the chemistry and contrast between She-Hulk and Daredevil. You have light versus dark, humor versus seriousness, brute strength versus skilled precision, and the letter of the law versus the spirit of justice. She is an open book, embracing her identity, while he is shrouded in secrecy and internal conflict. Yet they are both lawyers, both heroes, both dedicated to helping people. They are two sides of the same coin. This scene is a perfect crucible to explore their differences and their similarities. No matter the context, a fight, a team-up, a training session, or a legal dispute, the interaction between these two characters is guaranteed to be electric. This one snapshot promises a story full of action, wit, and deep philosophical questions about the nature of justice. It's a crossover that fans have been dreaming of, and for good reason. The potential for compelling storytelling is practically limitless. So, what do you think is happening in this scene? Is it a misunderstanding, a legal fallout, or the start of an epic team-up? Let me know your theories down in the comments below. I'd love to read what you all come up with. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.